Oh man. Okay, I just got done with a workout that I should be doing more often. I don't know about you, but I often feel like very sluggish every day. Since discovering this new IBS diet, which is called a low FODMAP diet, and FODMAPs are just things that are easily fermentable in your belly. It's almost like a like a autoimmune disease because you shouldn't your body shouldn't attack itself for eating things like garlic and onions and broccoli or kale and even healthy stuff. And so I'll often feel a little bit run down because of this diet. I'm not eating kind of like the same things. It's very limited, so I feel like I'm maybe not eating enough or I'm not having the same energy because I'm not eating the same things as I used to. I mean, so like I was saying, I was like, man, I feel like I'm not getting enough energy. And I feel very, very tired on a daily basis. I often have to take naps. And I kind of always was like that. I like taking naps and stuff, but not like this. So I'm kind of finding out these new things. I wanted to share a couple of things about being IBS sensitive, I guess, could you say? One, sourdough is great. It's kind of replaced my carbs. It's been really helpful to be able to know, like, if I eat real sourdough, I'm okay. It's not going to bloat me. I'm not going to have any symptoms. So that's been great, which has spurred me on to make my own sourdough bread because, believe it or not, there's a lot of fake sourdough bread out there. It's a very cool little project that I get to do. Two, I didn't know, but I was very emotionally attached to food. And the fact that I can't have things that like my mom makes, that really kind of depressed me because your mom cooking for you, if your mom does cook for you, is like one of the best things in the world. You know what I mean? Like if you taste that, it takes you right back to your childhood, or even if you didn't eat it. Like for myself, if I don't even remember eating a lot of Filipino food, it just reminds me of the care and the time that went into that dish, that your mom put into that dish. And I was a very big proponent of cooking a lot of Filipino food. So I don't even get to have that anymore. I'm giving away all of my sinigang packets and achuete powder and it's but I'm learning to be okay with it. I can't eat that, or I shouldn't have that because it's going to irritate my stomach, and I'm going to have more anxiety. I'm going to have more panic attacks or anxiety attacks and things like that. So it's a very slow process. I found. I thought it was oh, okay, you can't have this. Okay, stop eating it. Okay, go on with your life. No, actually it's you can't have this. 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 And then you go through the motions, emotionally it's draining, to me. I've been changing a lot of things about what I feel that I could have, being IBS, having IBS or whatever, and trying not to let it define me so much, but it has for so long. And now that I'm kind of out there in public with it, it's because I want to be able to overcome it in a way. And so, yeah, it's maybe you're hearing a lot more from my mouth, but it's because I don't want to have this secret that I feel like I thought I had. And for me, talking about things always makes me feel a little bit more better. I don't have this pent up secret. When I was a child, I used to keep a lot of secrets, and it put a lot of stress on my life. And I think it gave me a lot of trauma, in feeling oh, I have to keep things inside, and I still have that in my adulthood. So now I find that I don't have to keep things a secret. It's okay. And I think I'm still dealing with my own trauma about that. And it's manifesting in a lot of different ways, like anxiety or IBS. Is IBS all in my head? Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But it's very powerful. It's not to say that that it's not this really powerful thing. Your mind is the most powerful thing ever. Ever. Like really, it can make you do really great things, and it can really make you feel small and insignificant and full of shame and full of anxiety and fear, and make you stop in your tracks. And for some people, it makes them do some really crazy shit, right? So the fact that IBS could all be in my mind is a very real possibility, but that should even make it even more of like a statement, like, dude, it's all in your mind, and that shit is powerful. You know what I'm saying? So struggle is real. Hashtag struggle is real. Okay. The purpose of this little rant right now is to celebrate and also like give a little bit of credence to my work, because I just finished a little workout session because I was feeling low energy. I didn't finish my story. I was feeling low energy, and I was kind of trying to find things around the house to help me feel a little bit better. And I'd already done my yoga for the day. I took a nap already, and I was like, maybe I'll take a shower, but still not feeling very good energy. And the only thing I hadn't done was work out today. And not even a crazy workout, just like get moving, like get sweating. So instead of my usual thing, when I'm faced with this dilemma of feeling very, very tired and sluggish and just not good, I would play a video game or whatever and try to escape or watch a movie. This time, I made the decision to go into the gym because there's no excuse. It's right here. We have our home gym. And just start moving. Just start moving things around. Just start lifting things, stretching things. Simple movements, no structure, nothing, no pressure, no judgment. It's great because I'm the only one in there, so it's awesome. I can listen to my music. It's amazing. And I have to remember that I have this amazing space to do that. For so long I complained about commercial gyms, or even our gym here at the community center. It's like, hello, you have one right here. So, during which time I'll often listen to some really great music like Beyonce or some K-pop or something that would get me moving, And today, which was really cool, was since I've been rehabilitating my knee since busting it last year from dancing. Dancing has been really like my marker for healing my knee and coming back into mobility with my legs. And so today I was able to do some of the moves that I wasn't able to do for this whole time because my knee was kind of busted, and I had to always kind of like hold back. I'm still holding back, but I feel less of that knife acute pain that I would get when trying to do some certain like dance moves and stuff, like putting pressure on the left knee. And so today I was able to do that. So I just got done with my little workout, little stretch, little Theragun stuff, and a little bit of dancing. Thanks to Beyonce's Netflix homecoming thing. That was awesome. But it's a nice, great marker. And I like to make videos when something, not dramatic, but something important happens in my life, which is remembering that I have the tools in front of me. And I think what's important about my little rant right now, or what I'm trying to say in my message, is that we usually come up against struggles in our life, and we actually do have all the tools to fix it, usually. I would say, like in my experience, I've always had the tools to do it. For example, if I had a problem in my marriage, I always had the ability to communicate, but and the language, I just didn't like see it, or I was unwilling to see it, or I was unwilling to really listen to understand what needed to be said at that time so that I could communicate better. So same thing with like right now and me going through a little bit of like feeling sluggish because I'm not eating the same way, and my body's going through a little bit of a change because the diet is so different. And finding my balance hormonally, emotionally, dietarily, all that stuff, So like I have the tools, I have the gym, I have the time, I have my youth, I have good music, I have things like this to document my progress, and so that I could watch it and remind myself, hey, wake up. You've got the tools. Remember? You've got the tools. Now you just have to take action. Now you just have to do it. And I think that's usually kind of like the one thing that sets somebody apart from achieving their goals or getting out of chronic pain or realizing their own potential, is just making that one decision to do this one thing, and then just to keep making that decision to just keep going with it, right? Like, you could easily choose, for example, I'm starting this new project to make my own sourdough bread, right? Because sourdough bread is one of the staples in my diet, having an IBS diet, a low FODMAP diet. And when I first looked it up, I was like, cool, I want to make sourdough bread. I could just make my own, because we've been buying sourdough bread from wherever on a regular basis. And then I go to look it up and I see that it takes like 7 days to make the starter and everything. And then once I read that, I'm like, oh, and I got really scared and I just stopped. I just stopped the video. I stopped reading the recipe. And then I went about my day. And then for some reason along the way, I came across this Irish guy making bread, and I just loved his accent so much. I kept watching the video. And then he said something very interesting that caught my attention, which was, he's like, this is sourdough starter at 3 months. This is this is like 3 weeks, 3 months, and this is 9 years. 9 years he had sourdough culture or starter that he's kept and maintained for 9 years. And then my ears prick up and I listen, like, oh, it's an investment, or it's like this live thing that you take care of and that you feed, and that it could actually last forever. You could actually pass it down to people or something. And that really intrigued me. And so that one little decision to say yes again to sourdough bread is now spurred on this new project of having and baking my own sourdough bread. And then it makes me choose other little decisions within that realm, which is like, oh, I've been eating commercially produced bread, which is nutritionally deficient. I haven't tasted real bread yet, or at least I don't think I have, because from what I'm learning about and what they're describing online, it's like, oh, I haven't even tried real bread. I was like, oh, snap. So I was like, so intrigued. So now I'm on the second day of my own sourdough culture. It's very cool. Check it out if you are interested. I would recommend checking out I Love Cooking Ireland. And then there's this Irish guy named Patrick something. And he has this whole series about how he makes bread. It's so therapeutic to watch. Anyway, it also brings to mind coffee roasting. So I guess I might as well update that as well. It's like, well, we roast our own coffee now. And I'm learning about it. We have kind of like top of the line in terms of home roasting, which has its pitfalls and its pros and everything. Like, I get to literally control from the moment these raw coffee beans enter the roaster to the moment they drop or the moment they leave the roaster. I get to control every single thing about it. That's pretty awesome. And so I've learned that coffee roasting in and of itself is an art. And it's very cool because just right now, what our focus is to roast coffee for our clients that have worked with us on the wedding side of our business as a thank you for choosing us. Out of all the photographers of Southern California, you chose us. Thank you. And another way that we can impart some of our art and something from our home to theirs. And I'm so excited. We haven't sent out any yet, but they're ready. They're ready to go. We're just about on schedule, probably next week, to be sending out some of our coffees. And I dialed it in definitely before I sent it out. So you will be tasting something quite good that we've cupped here in-house. And I'm a big proponent of good coffee. And that too, learning these one little minute things and deciding to do this instead of that, where fear or shame or anxiety or whatever, laziness got in the way of you choosing this new thing, this new way of doing things that you should kind of like do, that's amazing. You know, it's so amazing that that 1 degree of change, that 1% better, that, you know, that just little tick in the little scale of things, you know, can set off this chain of events of something really cool and magical. And that's what healing has been like for me, rehabbing my knee, rehabbing my back, rehabbing my mind, you know, my emotions, the way that I approach my own health, one little decision at a time. You know, we have this mantra in the house is 1% better, or one thing at a time. You know, it gets very overwhelming to know that, yeah, I could do all the cool, good things, you know, but dang, it's so overwhelming. Just one thing at a time. It's like, it's just a great reminder for me. Like, I was feeling sluggish. And I just thought maybe I should just work out instead of sitting here and trying to play a game that I'm not interested in because I don't feel good, you know? And that one little decision led to getting in the gym and hearing a new song for the first time too by John Mayer, which I usually don't like. And I was like, cool, something new. And then again, leading into doing the exercises that I do and discovering something new there. That's something that my yoga teacher always says. So find something new. You know, you do the same shit over and over again, right? Like, okay. But if you can find something new, a little nuance every time you get into the pose or every time you go through your routine, that's how you can make things exciting for yourself, you know? And then in the gym, like just go, okay, now I make the little decision to work on my legs or I want to jump on this bar and see if I can just lift my ass for 1 rep. I could do like 1, but I was like, oh, my back didn't hurt when I did it. Cool. So that again leads you to another little cool, good decision for yourself, which is like, oh, this is my jam. And then you start dancing and I'm like, oh, I wonder if I could do this move. And so you could do it. And like, I don't know, it was cool. It was a little magic moment that I had with myself, by myself, dancing. We've got the mirrors in there too, so that's fun. And just listening to good music. And then knowing that I'm in this environment, I'm like, oh my God, I should come in here more often. Like, oh my God, I should just be in here all day. You know, and we forget that, you know, we forget that because we get stuck in our routine or we, for some reason, choose to not appreciate or choose not to do that thing that we need the most that day for some reason. I don't know. I really don't know why. That sometimes our laziness or our anger, anxiety, and fear or shame, like often will mask the things that we really want, that we really need, you know? And yeah, it's weird. But maybe documenting it like this and maybe talking about it out loud and being more accountable to oneself will help. I don't know. I don't know, but I want to make it more of a habit, you know? So this is my attempt of doing that, is talking to myself effectively via this camera and doing it in such a way where I'm like, dude, I got to capture this. I got to capture this. Let me put it on camera or something. It's already set up for me. And often this will happen. Well, I have this set up for myself and I can't muster the type of energy that I want to put out there. And when I go watch it again, I hate it. Or not that I hate it, but I'm just like, oh, it's not really how I truly feel about something. And even though I feel practiced about putting myself on camera and talking to camera, there's still so much to learn for myself. You know, there's still so much that I'm not comfortable with or that I'm trying to be more comfortable with. Like, I didn't do my eyebrows. I didn't do my makeup. I'm getting more and more comfortable of just rolling and being very comfortable with myself this way. This is me, you know, like no eyebrow, no doing of my eyebrows, no doing of the eyeliner. I've been slowly coming away from makeup. I love makeup. I love that it's opened up this new side of myself. Like seriously, just within the last year, just been able to learn how to apply makeup in a way that I feel beautiful in. And then at the same time, I'm like, I don't need any makeup. And to be okay with this side of myself too, you know, to be very okay, not just okay with it, but to feel good, to feel confident, and to also feel beautiful without the makeup. That's been sort of a slow little journey that I've been having, you know, and there's no wrong or right. It's just, if you feel good in it, cool. If you don't feel good in it, don't do it, you know. But I used to totally feel the pressure of having to quickly go rush and put on makeup before I come on camera. But now it's like, this is who I am, and I'm cool with it, you know. I'm cool with it. So that's my little update, my little rant. Thanks for hanging out. I'm trying to be a little bit more like spontaneous, where I stop thinking so much about what I'm trying to put on camera or what I'm trying to say, and just be me. Just be very, very authentically me. And to remember to just bring a little levity to my face, because I know this shit gets stuck like this. So I'm trying to just, you know, remind myself and practice to speak with like more levity and to be a little bit lighter, you know. Dancing helps. Dancing always helps. So if you ever feel a little bit low, just dance. So that's my update, April 20. See you next time. Bye.